Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, Heart Warriors Way Tarot. I'm going to be doing a star sign reading today. It's a timeless reading. I don't yet know for which star sign it is. I'm going to pick an astrological sign stone out of this pouch and then we'll see. I've got the Tarot of Dreams deck here. This is the deck I'm going to be using for the reading. I have my gloves on. They're out again now, so you'll be seeing me wearing gloves more often going into winter because I do get cold hands sometimes. If you're new to my channel, welcome. It's lovely to have you here. These star sign readings, I don't get to do them that often. I do them as and when I have the time to do them. I usually do daily tarot readings for all star signs, for anybody who resonates with them. That is the staple on this channel. But today I'm going to do a star sign reading. So let's get one of these stones out and see who this reading is for. Gemini. This reading is going to be suitable for you if you are sun sign Gemini, rising Gemini, moon in Gemini, or have north node in Gemini. Everything else you need to know about this reading is in the description below. Okay, take a deep breath in. I'm going to chime my singing bowl. Focus your mind, center yourself, and think about which areas of your life you would like advice and guidance on. I'd like to thank Great Spirit, our angels and guides, for being with us today and guiding this reading for Geminis for the highest good of all. Thank you. Okay, let's give this deck a good shuffle. I hope you all had a fabulous Samhain, a fabulous All Saints Day, a fabulous Day of the Dead festival if you do celebrate it. I think it's been very transformative this year. A lot of deep transformation taking place for so many people. I feel like I want to start there. Okay. Let's turn these cards over. We have the Tower. Why did I want to start there? But I did. There we go, Geminis. You've got the Tower as the first card down. And then we got the Eight of Swords. Okay. And then we have the Seven of Cups. Wow. Those are some pretty intense energies coming into play here for you, Geminis. Okay, the Eight of Swords brings a feeling of being trapped. It might not be the reality, but it is certainly the feeling. An inability to move from the situation that you have been in, not quite knowing which way to go. I'm getting a really oppressive feeling here. I'm getting a sense of migraines as well, migraines and headaches. I don't know if you've had any, but that's what's coming to me in quite a sort of like clairsentience kind of way. I'm feeling that. There is a murkiness in how to move forward, in being able to see the way forward, and possibly because of this Tower card, something that's happened in your recent past that has been quite transformative and quite unexpected, has pulled the rug out from under your feet, and it's left you not knowing how to move forward from a certain situation or how to get out of a certain situation. It might have left you having to make certain decisions about your life or the way forward, but the Seven of Cups here suggests that each decision is clouded in uncertainty. There seems to be a lot of self-doubt here, as if every single decision that you make about something holds an element of self-doubt or the possibility that it might go wrong somehow. I mean, all decisions have that, but it seems to me from this reading that you're feeling that more strongly than you might be doing otherwise for some reason or another. This Tower moment feels to me to be quite massive. It was a big thing that happened. It affected you really deeply, whatever this is. It was something unexpected. That's what I'm getting. Whatever it might be, it's going to be different things for different people, but I'm getting it's something unexpected that took place, possibly in the past 6 months or so, and it's kind of left you feeling like you're trapped in this bubble and you can't lift yourself out of it, out of the repercussions and the consequences of this Tower moment, and it's left you with a kind of of inability really just to see the future and make decisions, whereas before you were somebody with a lot of clarity and didn't really have that problem in moving forward with certain areas of your life. Okay, that's what I'm feeling is the present situation. We've got the Six of Cups here coming underneath the Eight of Swords and the Tower moment. So I feel like this Tower moment was possibly connected to something in your past or someone in your past. Maybe it's someone who has passed away. Maybe it's somebody who has sort of like come to you with, I don't know, a big family secret or something, or it's just something about them that you didn't know, or something about a situation that you didn't know and it knocked you off your feet. It's something to do with the past here, something you've learned about the past. Maybe you've learned it about yourself to do with the past as well, possibly, and it's completely blindsided you. That's really what I'm getting here. And there we go, the Strength card. You've needed to find this kind of inner reserve and inner strength in order to continue on, in order to try and overcome this or move away from this. In many ways, I feel like on a technical level, on a logical level, if you like, the problem isn't necessarily as big as it feels to you, but on that emotional level and deep down, it feels like this huge thing. Okay, it feels like this massive thing that has changed your perspectives, transformed your life, and you don't quite know what to do with it because you weren't expecting it. Okay, that's what's coming through to me there. You found out something about something or someone to do with your past, an element of your life connected to your past, and you weren't expecting that news, and you haven't been able to pull out of the repercussions, the consequences, if you like, the emotional reaction that that caused, and any other consequences that came about as a result of it as well. This Strength card is lovely though, and it does suggest that you will pull through, okay? You will pull through, and as you're pulling through, there are these deep life lessons that you're learning, this deep kind of spiritual strength that's growing within you. A kind of strength that means you can tap into it for future purposes whenever you need. There's a vulnerability here in the past connected to this news. Something to do perhaps with you being vulnerable or feeling vulnerable, or vulnerable children, vulnerable child, something along those lines. That's sort of what I'm picking up on here, but it's just a hint of it. It feels very faint. I can't go into that energy too much. Sometimes that just means it's not accessible to me. The Hanging Man or the Hanged Man. This entire thing, whatever this is, has really changed your perspective of everything that you thought you knew about your own life, about your past, about this person, if there's a person connected to this. And it's in many ways kind of turned your mind upside down, maybe even turned your world upside down. And everything from that point forward has been about finding your inner strength and trying to see things from a new perspective, trying to see things with a new vision and from a new place to almost like start from. I wouldn't go quite so far as to say that you feel like you need to start your life again or anything. It's not quite that. It's more that you need to start from a new perspective. You need to gather your inner resources and your inner strength and just move forward in a way that you weren't expecting to move forward before. It's quite hard to put into words because what I'm feeling from this situation is a lot of emotion, and it's like I'm trying to put emotions into words, and that can be quite difficult because when we're dealing with emotions and deep healing and deep transformation and so on, these are quite abstract energies. It's quite difficult to just pinpoint exactly the words to describe what's going on, but hopefully you get my meaning here, you get my drift. You are going to be able to move on eventually, but there is this process that's taking place that's keeping you in a very specific situation or emotional place where it feels like you're bound to that place or you're trapped to that place, mentally as well as emotionally. This is something that will pass. This is something you are going to work through. It's just going to take its time, and it feels like it's not something that you can rush. I'm going to put down another card here for advice and guidance that you might need coming in from your own angels, your guides, about this situation, what you can do to help yourself and so on, what they would like you to know. King of Cups. The person, if there is a person, I feel there was a person that was involved with this news that has kind of devastated you in some way or another, this Tower news connected to your past that has left you kind of upside down, as if you know, perhaps even feelings of betrayal, okay, and just not knowing which way to go next with a certain thing. You may have been trying to understand the mind of this person, the perspectives of this person, but unless you're literally living inside this person, walking in their shoes, in many ways you're never really going to know that. You're never really going to be able to see it completely from their point of view. From their point of view, it's like their world is completely different to yours, and that's why they were the way that they were, or that's why they did what they did, okay? The world through this person's eyes are just very, very different from the world through your eyes. That doesn't make things okay, that doesn't make things acceptable or anything like that, but it's more like, because their vision of the world is so different to yours, that the steps that they took and the decisions that they made were sort of almost natural to them, almost right for them. It's really hard to explain, but that's kind of what's coming through here. And it's not an excuse of anything that, you know, they did that might have hurt you or anything like that, or anybody else. It's literally just about trying to explain the different perspectives and different ways that people live inside their heads, okay? That's kind of what's coming through to me here. And the reason for explaining this to you through this card, through the words coming through to me, is there's something in this about you letting go of trying to understand completely why something happened. Try to let it go, because sometimes the why isn't comprehensible, it's not understandable. The why something happened is a part of this person's story, it's not a part of your story, and you don't have to attach yourself to their why, if that makes sense, okay? The only thing that you need to do is move on with your own feelings and your own healing and your own sense of self and who you are, okay, as a person in your entirety. This Strength card is very much who you are now and who you're growing into, with this beautiful, beautiful tiger. Sometimes it's a lion in other decks, but this is real emotional and spiritual strength, the kind of strength that only really comes through trials and tribulations, that only really comes through having to grow through devastation or through turmoil or through trauma. That kind of strength, it's not the kind of strength you can put into words, but it's the kind of strength that you get from experience, and once you've learned it, you don't ever go back, you don't ever go backwards, you always go forward with that. And really, I feel like your guides want you to focus on this and this Strength card here, you, who you truly are and who you are now as a whole intact person, and not focus on the whys and the reasons and the motives of this other person, because there is no why or reason that you will be able to understand, because you live in two very separate worlds. So in many ways, this person's whys or reasons are irrelevant, okay? They're certainly irrelevant to your healing. In many ways, they're sort of irrelevant to whatever happened. Not irrelevant to this person, but irrelevant to you, because it's not about you and it's not about anything that you did or who you are. It's not your fault in any way. Your healing from this point on is about who you are as a whole intact person, completely separate from anybody else. And that is what your guides want you to know from this reading. That's a very specific situation. It often is with the initial spread that I put down for the star sign readings. In the extended video, I'm going to go into more specific areas for Gemini. I'm going to go into romance and relationships, career and finance, and I'm going to go into health and spirituality as well. Those particular areas may help some of you or all of you or different numbers of you with regards to each area. It's not necessarily going to be connected to this reading. This is a specific reading for a small number of Geminis watching who may connect with it. Okay, thank you so much everybody for watching. If you are interested in the extended, the link to that is in the description below or on my bio. That leads over to my Patreon page. Otherwise, I shall see you either tomorrow for tomorrow's daily reading or for your next star sign reading. Take care of yourself. Bye bye.